Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shai, Shai, Wara Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone and honest you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is going to be a part 2, okay, to the video I made entitled pretty much what the title I called it was we're not a hate group, we're a truth group. I'm gonna put GMS as a truth group, not a hate group. Part 2 on this one as the title probably. And on this edition, I'm gonna touch on the thing of the destruction by way of nuclear fire, and basically the salvation unto the Israelites and the Gentiles, which is the Israelite foreigners that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So pretty much I can start here, and this will be a good one because the flavor of this week is the thing of the Gentiles. So this is a good transition, okay, from part 1 into part 2. So starting here within the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, no, the 2nd chapter, excuse me. Okay, Joel, the 2nd chapter, Joel 2 and 1. Joel 2 and 1? Okay, here we go, Joel 3 and 1. My apologies. So it says here, for behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Now, what this is talking about here, this statement that's being made here, this profound statement is dealing with the thing of the redemption of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when you go into the scriptures and you read about the Bible, you find out that basically the Most High did away with the children of Israel, okay? And he carried them away into slavery. The proof of that is the book of Hosea and the 1st chapter, and right down at the bottom, we go from the 9th verse. So it says, then said the Most High, God, Yahweh, call his name Lo on me, for ye are not my people, and I'll not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it said unto them, you're not my people. So right now where it's being said unto us, we're not the children of the living power. Okay, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto you, you are the sons of the living power. So as this word is going forth, okay, going forth out, however you want to phrase it, pretty much the first line of resistance from the heathens, pursuant to the book of Psalms, the 83 and 1, is to cut us off from being a nation. But the reality of the situation is that this movement is off the Yahweh Shai, so it's not going to stop. So it's going to carry on picking up steam, so to speak. And as a result, people are going to come to the realization, they're going to admit that we're the children of the Most High, the living power. And in our deliverance, that's going to be even more manifest. Matter of fact, when you go into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, it talks about the strangeness of the salvation of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, so people are going to know. The book of Proverbs, Wisdom of Solomon again, the 5th chapter, it says, we repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. A lot of the people are going to be dismayed when it's fully manifested who the chosen people of Yahweh Shai are, okay? But a lot of people also at the same time are going to admit to it, and you got videos on YouTube of people coming up with it. Now, like I said, this video is dealing with what? This is dealing with the destruction of this planet by way of nuclear fire, which is a truth pursuant to the scriptures, and the Most High redeeming and sifting the children of Israel as the World War III is playing out, which is going to be played out by way of nuclear fire, all right? The Lord also is going to be sifting his people from among all nations, okay? So here we are reading that what? You are not my people, but then the Most High saying we're going to be what? We're going to be as the number. We're going to be as the sand of the sea. 11th verse says, then shall the children of Israel and then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, okay, and they shall come up out of the land of great, and shall the land For great shall be the day of Jezreel. Now let's go back to this scripture right here, right? So it says there, the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, it says, for in those days when I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, so Judah and Jerusalem scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but we was going to be as the sand of the sea, and the Lord was going to deliver us by bringing us back to be what? One nation with one head. All right? As this is happening, in parallel, the scripture says that what? I will also gather all the nations together and bring them into the valley of Yehoshaphat, meaning the valley of judgment. And I'll plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. Now, this is an important thing, because this is the judgment that was going to come upon the people of the earth. Now, let's read this scripture here. All right. Zechariah 5:1, it says, and then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And it says, what seest thou? And I see a flying roll, and the length thereof 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth over the face, over the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, and everyone according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off according to it. So that's part 1. All right. Now let's take a look at part 2 of that scripture. So part of the judgment is going to be the chariots of the Lord, and part of the judgment is going to be the ICBM nuclear missiles. The book of Zechariah, again, the 13th chapter. Was it the 12th chapter on the 14th verse? Was it 14 and 12? I got it backwards, 14 and 12. So this is part 2. All right. And this shall be the plague, Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith all the people that are fought against Jerusalem, their flesh shall consume away whilst they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away within their mouths. That's what you call the lake of fire. That's going to be the what? The ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, going back onto the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, I'll also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and I'll plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations. So that proves to you what? That the judgment that's coming about by way of the chariots and by way of the ICBM nuclear missiles, as we read just a little bit of it, a snippet of it within the book of Zechariah, the 12th chapter, 14th chapter, and also Zechariah, the 5th chapter, is going to be the Lord pleading for his people, the children of Israel that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, proving what? That there's going to be Israelites that's going to come in all nations, and the Lord was going to sift them. But at the same time as he's sifting them, he's also going to judge these nations by way of the nuclear fire, man. Okay? And that's going to be a great judgment that's going to come upon the earth. Now let's go into the book of Job. Now, the 20th chapter. Hopefully these scriptures are making sense back there at home. Job, the 20th chapter. All right. And I'll go straight to the point. And it says here, right. So Job 20 and 27 says, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, right? And the earth shall rise up against him. Right. No, in fact, if I go, no. I've gone too far. Job 20 and 22. All right. In the fullness of his sufficiency shall he be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. Now you got to understand who this is talking about. Right. This is talking about Esau. OK, the ruler of the world right now. Now, when you go into the above here, you get an idea of who it's talking about. Right. 7th verse. So, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, and they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Now, how do we know it's talking about Esau? The book of Obadiah 1, and it says 1 and 1. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. Right, so it's talking about Edom. Jump down to the bottom. All right. Okay, jump down again. All right, so it says here, 18th verse, Obadiah 1 and 18, it says, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau shall be for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So that's how we know it's talking about, Job 20 is talking about Esau, because it's saying basically the same, it's saying the same thing. It's not basically, it's saying the same thing. Okay, now jumping down to this is the judgment of Esau, but it's also going to come up on the heathen too. All right, pursuant to the book of Revelations 18. All right, where it says that what all them heathen nations they're gonna complain when they see the missiles come, man. All right. Job 18, Isaiah, Revelations 18:3 says, "For our sins have reached unto heaven." Right. This is talking about America, which is Babylon. "The Most High hath remembered her iniquities, rewarded even as she's rewarded you." Right. "Double unto her works according to the works which she hath filled. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much give her." All right. Eighth verse, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall utterly be burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord that judgeth her." This is the point I was making. "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornications and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." So these nations, they're gonna miss America because that's how they made their money, a lot of them. All right. Going back onto the book of Job, the 20th chapter on the 22nd verse, "In the fullness of his sufficiency shall he be in straits, every hand of the wicked." Talking about them heathen nations, because you go into the book of I'm pretty sure it's the book of Revelations, where it talks about how the 10 horns was going to hate the whore. All right, which the whore is America. Then 10 horns are who? The NATO nations, but also to the rest of the world hates America, man. Okay, and America is the main city that Esau has built up. All right, and that's going to be the main one that's going to be wiped off the face of the earth with the ICBM nuclear fire. All right, so it says here, "In the fullness of his sufficiency shall he be in straits." So when he's about to accomplish the new world order and the RFID chip, that's when he's going to have the most difficulty. "Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him." And when he is about to fill his belly, right, the mark of the beast, RFID chip, the Most High shall cast his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him whilst he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon. The ball of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword, right, cometh out of the gulls. All terrors are upon him. And that's the ICBM nuclear missiles coming out of the missile silo. "All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him." What should you be thinking? What we just read within the book of Zechariah 14:12. Right? "It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacles. The heavens shall reveal his iniquities." Isaiah the 24th chapter. All right. Malachi the 5th chapter. Let's go to Malachi 5. Malachi 4, the rather. Okay, Malachi 4. All right. And it says here, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be for stubble." Now, what do we know about Esau? The scripture talks about how he was proud. All right, you go into the book the book called the Apocrypha. You read about Antiochus. You read about his pride. You read about scripture. The scripture talks all the time. It's talking about Esau and his pride. So he says here that what? All the proud, yet all that do wickedly shall be for stubble. Shall be for stubble. We should be thinking. Should be thinking about what we just read within the book of Obadiah. All right, concerning Esau. It says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up. All right, and the Lord of hosts, that shall neither leave no root nor branch. Okay, going back onto the book of Job, the 20th chapter. All right, so we read that, right? "It is drawn, it cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of its gulls. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. Shall go ill in his tabernacles. The heavens shall reveal his iniquities, and the earth shall rise up against her. The increase of his house shall flow away." All right, so that's pretty much it. So what's that talking about? That's talking about the nuclear fire, man. So that's the truth. All right, and who's going to be delivered out of that? The children of Israel, whither they may be scattered, man. All right, the elect of the children of Israel. So with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shemi Ashai, Wa'ar, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of great millstone. Honor your brothers, the people pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.